Hello everyone, this is Jake from CINECALIBER and welcome back to the channel. So we've officially entered 2025 and with that comes the first MCU film of the year, Captain America Brave New World. To be honest, I wasn't really that excited for this one. The post-Endgame MCU has had its fair share of ups and downs, and with the Marvels underperforming, I wasn't expecting much. But being a longtime MCU fan who's seen nearly every film in theaters since Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and with my mom wanting to check it out, I decided to give it a shot. After watching it, I can say it's not the worst MCU film, but it certainly doesn't stand out either. Let's dive into what worked, what didn't, and everything in between. So we'll start first with the plot summary. Captain America Brave New World follows Sam Wilson as the new Captain America, taking on a major leadership role in the MCU. The plot revolves around Sam navigating global political tensions while also dealing with rising threats from powerful new enemies, including a transformed Thaddeus Ross. As the film progresses, Sam faces challenges that will test both his abilities and his role as Captain America. The movie also sets up future threats for the MCU, although it's clear the film's main purpose is to establish Sam as a worthy successor to Steve Rogers. So, what was a hit with this movie? The good? Right off the bat was the performances. The biggest strength of this film is the performances from the cast, particularly Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Ross. Ford takes over from the late William Hurt, who originally portrayed the character in earlier MCU films. Ross is a complex figure, and Ford brings a fresh yet respectable take on the role. His portrayal of a man struggling with the consequences of his past actions is compelling and adds emotional depth to the film. The character is explored more in this film, making him a central figure in the plot, and I really thought Ford does a great job of capturing both Ross's authority and vulnerability in this film.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Another stand-up performance is AnthonyMackie as Sam Wilson, the new Captain America. Mackie has been portraying Sam for a while now, but this is a film where we really see him step up to the mantle of Captain America. I thought his performance highlights the pressure Sam feels as he tries to live up to the legacy of Steve Rogers while establishing his own identity very well. This character development is key to the story, and Mackie delivers it with depth and sincerity.
You're right. I'm not.
There were also some great supporting cast members in this film, like Danny Ramirez, who plays Joaquin Torres, Falcon, Tim Blake Nelson, Dr. Samuel Stearns is the leader, and Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley. These guys shine very much throughout this film. Ramirez shows great potential as a new iteration of Falcon, while Nelson's portrayal of the leader, a character we've been waiting to see since The Incredible Hulk back in 2008, brings a creepy and anarchic energy to the role. Lumbly, who portrays Isaiah Bradley, adds emotional weight to the plot, reminding us of the darker history of the super soldier program. Another great thing in this film was the action. When it comes to the action, the film did not disappoint. As expected from a Captain America movie, we get high-stakes action that keeps the adrenaline pumping. One of the standout action moments happens during a tense aerial combat sequence. Sam and Joaquin have to prevent a potential military conflict between the U.S. and China over a newly discovered mineral resource. The cinematography here is breathtaking. Honestly, some of the best action visuals the MCU has offered in a while. I really liked the aerial shots. It felt reminiscent of Top Gun. It added so much intensity and excitement to an already high-stakes moment. So with all that said, we're going to get into what was a miss, the bad. There's quite a few. First off was really just the villains and overall writing of the film. The villains, they fall short, and that's arguably its biggest weakness. Tim Blake Nelson's leader, who has been teased for years, doesn't really get enough screen time or development in this film. His character is relegated to being a secondary threat, and instead of being a fully fleshed out antagonist, he feels kind of like a setup for future films. I really felt like this was a missed opportunity to make him a truly compelling villain in his own right. Then we also have Giancarlo Esposito's character, Sidewinder. Based on the marketing, I had really high expectations for Esposito's role, but he's written as a little more than a mercenary with no real depth. He's just a filler villain, used more as a setup for later storylines as well, and I just feel like it's, again, another missed opportunity here, really with both villains in the film. Another issue I had with this film was the political messaging. One of the major appeals of the Captain America films has always been their exploration of political themes and moral dilemmas. The previous films in the series, like The Winter Soldier and Civil War, they explored issues like government surveillance, the consequences of war, and the personal struggles of being a hero in a politically complex world. Sadly, Brave New World doesn't delve as deep into these topics as I expected. While there is some political intrigue around a new mineral resource, the film feels more focused on setting up future MCU storylines rather than addressing the more pressing issues surrounding Sam Wilson as Captain America. In particular, the film glosses over Sam's journey as a black Captain America. While the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show touched on the challenges Sam faces in stepping into this role, Brave New World only briefly mentions this theme. Instead, the focus shifts to a more generic plot revolving around the discovery of a new mineral, which feels disconnected from the core of Sam's identity as a black man in a position of power. It just felt like a lot of missed opportunities with the story with that. And then the final issue that I had was with the overall editing and action sequences. The editing in this film felt a bit messy at times. Some scenes felt disjointed, like they were reshot and awkwardly stitched together. This leads to a pacing issue where the tone of certain moments doesn't always match up, making the film feel inconsistent at times. The action, while exciting, suffers from some of these same issues. Some of the hand-to-hand fight scenes, they feel very generic, and the typical MCU humor that they insert during these intense moments that takes away from the emotional weight of the battles. The action sequences don't always flow as well as they should, which takes away from their impact. And then, really, the final fight scene, guys, which involves the Red Hulk, is another major letdown. The CGI here is very poor. You get noticeable green screen effects that detract from the excitement of the fight. This battle should have been the highlight of the film, but instead it just felt overdone and lacked the impact it should have had. Not to mention, the marketing basically spoiled this entire plot reveal. And when they tried to basically build the narrative around this mystery, there wasn't a mystery because, again, it was all in the trailer. So, again, a bit of a letdown there. But conclusion-wise, after everything, is Captain America a film of caliber? Well, yes and no. There are definitely things to like here, such as strong performances, great action sequences, and the continuation of Sam Wilson's journey as Captain America. However, the film suffers from a weak villain setup, pacing issues, and a missed opportunity to explore deeper political themes. It's a film that sets the stage for future MCU events, but it doesn't quite live up to the standards set by the previous Captain America films. With all that said, I'd give Captain America Brave New World a 2.5 out of 5. It's not terrible, but it's not groundbreaking either. I'm still hopeful the MCU can get back on track, but this film leaves a lot to be desired in terms of execution. But that's it for today, guys. What did you think of Captain America Brave New World if you've seen it? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more reviews and content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. And this is Jake from CINECALIBER.